let you know I'm doing fine. Maybe I'm getting hard, or it could be the red wine. I thought that what I had would run to eternity. L-O-V-E. I would never go to the dark side of town without you. I remember when I met you, how slow I was to act, but I hadn't used my heart before, and that's a fact. Puppet shows and olive trees, love in foreign rooms, these relics of affection in a simple tune. I would never go to the dark side of town without you. River is wide, river is long, dredges do their work, they carry me along. Come on, time, do your magic trick, take this all away from me, make it quick. Oh, don't go away, I don't mean those things I say. Frustration takes hold of me, and I say things. You picked me up, you spun me round, you made me something better. Overnight my fortune changed, now I read old letters. If I could see it from your side, things might be clear. Only you know what you promised, I won't reveal it here. I'm walking on the streets of the dark side of town without you. I'm living in a house on the dark side of town without you. I'm lying in a bed on the dark side of town without you. Oh, don't go away, I don't mean those things I say. Frustration takes hold of me, I say things. Wide open, I can't hear any freeze. I thought that I'd been broken, finally been brought down to my knees. I got a mouthful of feathers, I bit up more than I could chew. Ain't gonna blame it on the weather. Heard somebody say ain't nothing wrong with need. I heard somebody say ain't nothing wrong with need. With friends, bowed down to melody. If you gotta make amends, I'm gonna let somebody else write them symphonies. got a mouth full of feathers. I bit up more than I could chew. I'm not gonna blame it on the weather. Heard somebody say nothing wrong with need. Heard somebody saying nothing wrong with need. Travel so far. Do you feel the heat of the Horsebreaker Star? This road that we're on, it travels so far. Do you feel the heat of the Horsebreaker Star?
You're listening to Bite the Wax with Mark Percival on Nighttime Radio Scotland's 92 to 95 FM stereo and 810 on the medium wave band till midnight at least. Former go-between C.W. McLennan has a new LP out, Fireboy, and came into the studio a couple of weeks back to do an interview and record 2 exclusive acoustic songs for us at Bite the Wax. The interview's coming up after this, the first of those 2 acoustic songs, Dark Side of Town. The Dark Side of Town acoustically by G.W. McLennan, who's talking to us now. It's been nearly 2 years since your first solo LP, Watershed.
Yeah.
And I can only assume you haven't been doing nothing in the interim.
No, what I've been doing is I've been learning to sort of ride horses. I've been learning to sort of be happy, and I've been learning to find a peace of mind. And in about a day or 2, I think my diploma's coming through, so it's fantastic.
Your diploma in peace of mind.
You've got it.
Were you pleasantly surprised with the critical success of Watershed?
No, I wasn't pleased. I wasn't surprised. I know what I can say. It's I actually hadn't listened to the record for about a year, and I listened to it tonight from the 3rd track on, Haunted House, and it's a very beautiful record. I was surprised that it was that good. But I hadn't listened to it for about a year, so I'm glad you like it.
Was it when you came to recording the new album?
Yeah.
You said you hadn't listened to the old one for a year. Was it just a completely new thing?
Well, it was all dependent on the songs I had, and the songs I had this year were very band oriented, not so much me with the acoustic guitar sort of banging it out. You know, it was more get in there with the band in the studio and record it.
Are you happy you're actually doing that sort of thing?
Yeah, I am very, very much so.
Because I wondered after the Go-Betweens, you went to a much more acoustic, solo-orientated sort of format.
Well, you know, Bob Dylan did bring it all back home, you know. That was after the folk period, and he was half folk, half electric, and that's kind of what I was, I guess. And then you got Fireboy, which is the next record, and it's Blonde on Blonde, you know.
You're very much a big fan of Dylan, aren't you?
I'm a fan of him because I think he's cool, you know. I think there's not many people that have done rock and roll that are as cool as Bob. You know, Chuck Berry's cool, Little Richard's cool, Hank Williams' cool, Bob Dylan's cool, you know.
Do you still feel that way about Bob Dylan? Because there's
very much so.
Even his most recent album, which is hardly his best work, I think.
Well, no. You have to put Dylan's next and most recent album in perspective. And 30 years ago, he was doing an album as a 20-year-old, cover versions of classic folk songs. What's he doing in 92, 93, another 30 years later? Folk songs, I think the guy is worthy of respect, and I love the man. I love him.
One of the names to whom the new album Fireboy is dedicated is Gloria Swanson.
Yeah.
How can someone like Gloria Swanson affect the sound of the music, or is it just something completely different?
It's an attitude. I mean, Gloria Swanson, when she set up United Artists with Fairbanks and Chaplin and Griffith, it was a very strange thing to do. I mean, actors weren't in control, and also she was a female actor, and in those days it was like unheard of. And she set up her own production company. I adore Gloria Swanson. I think she's beautiful. If I could have been Gloria Swanson, I would have laid down, my beautiful jacket, my guitar, anything to be, to have been Gloria Swanson. I adore her, genius woman.
Well, speaking of geniuses or genii.
Yeah,
I believe the engineer from the new album was pinched by Prince. Is that true?
He was. The same time I was doing Fireboy, he was doing Prince's new Sign and Sign record. I don't know how you call that record.
The squiggly bit on the front, do you mean?
Yeah. This male and female, whatever that record is, Or I think I got that right. See, I've always hated those records. I was too young for Led Zeppelin with their signs everywhere, and now Prince is doing it. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's just really embarrassing. I mean, how do you ask for it in the shop?
Mean, you know what you say? You just go, you go, love equals the world, or I was walking down the street. You do that sort of stuff. You don't go sign. I mean, that's triangle equals square. That's going to be the name of the next record.
Your collaboration with Steve Kilbey in 1990.
Yes. Yeah.
The Jack Frost LP, which is still one of my favourites, actually.
Thank you very much. It's one of my favourites too. It is actually.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
Really. I was wondering if there's going to be any more Jack Frosts.
Well, yeah.
Purely out of personal interest, actually.
We've recorded 3 or 4 songs towards the next record, and we've got the rest written. So when Steve's free and gets out of prison, we'll be able to do the rest of the record.
Well, I'm looking forward to it anyway.
Yeah. His record company is too.
Do you miss working with other songwriters? Obviously, you've gone back to work with Steve.
I've gone back to tap dancing. I'm not interested in really working with other songwriters these days.
It was always one of your strong points, wasn't it?
Tap dancing.
The go-between stage shows were renowned for the tap dancing.
Choreography. I've worked out a new dance actually to a Bob Dylan song, Froggy Went A-Courting, and it actually borrows a bit from the Dozy Do.
Well, I suppose that means it's time for a song. So thanks for coming in, Grant, and this is Horsebreaker Star.